So we're going to just start seated today. So find a nice tall spine, nice comfortable seat here. You can have your legs crossed, or you can have one ankle in front of the other, whichever is more comfortable for you. And by the way, if you're using the playlist, you can start the playlist now too. So let the eyes close down, soften the face. Start to lengthen and deepen your breath. Imagine your lungs are an umbrella. And as you inhale, the umbrella opens and expands. And as you exhale, the umbrella slowly releases and collapses. And again, inhale, expand. And exhale, release. A few more times like this. Two more breaths here. Slowly open up the eyes. Let the arms expand. Let the fingertips touch the floor or your mat. And then on your next inhale, draw the arms up over the head. Let the palms come together. On your exhale, slowly slide the hands down to your heart. We're going to do that 2 more times. Stretch the arms out. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands, heart center. And last one. Good, and release. And we're just going to take a little twist. So take your right hand to the left knee. Take your gaze over that left shoulder. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, come center. Take your left hand to your right knee. Look over your right shoulder. And exhale, come back to center. Reach the arms up once again here. And then this time, take your left hand, hold onto your right wrist, reach up and over towards the left. And let the sits bones ground down. So slide the shoulders down away from the ears, stretch up and over. The gaze can be looking forward, or you can look down towards the floor. And then as you exhale, come back. We'll swap the wrists here, reach up and over again. Try not to let your left sit bone draw away from the floor. Keep grounding down. And then we come back to center. Take the hands back down to the floor. We're going to take one more twist here. So right hand outside of left knee. Reach and look over your left shoulder. And exhale back to center. Twist opposite direction. Big breath in. And release. All right, and then we're going to come into down dog. So if you'd like to go over the shins, you can. Or come to your side. And step on back into your downward facing dog. Once you get into down dog, keep some bend in the knees here, especially on this first one. And then make some movements. So that might be alternating heels, maybe bending the knees deeper, maybe swinging the hips side to side. And you can keep that stance shorter on the first few if you'd like. And come into stillness now. Fingers spread, fingertips pressing down into the floor, hips go high, thighs go back, heels sink towards the mat. Take a big inhale and a nice long exhale. And on your next inhale, move into plank. Drop your knees to the floor and then nice and slow, lower all the way down. So keep the elbows close as you lower. Let the belly touch down to the floor. Tops of the feet push into the mat. Inhale, reach your heart forward. And then exhale, release. Push up and back. Go back into your downward facing dog. Let's do that same flow one more time. Inhale, come forward, plank. Drop the knees. Exhale, lower down all the way. Belly touches. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Press your tops of your feet down. And then exhale, find your way back into downward facing dog. Good. This time on your inhale, lift your heels nice and high. Exhale, bend your knees and let the belly rest on the thigh for a moment. Look forward. When you're ready, step, jump, or walk your way to the top of the mat and take your time. Take as many steps as you need. Once you get to the top, just find a forward fold here and let the head be loose and heavy. There may be a lot of bend in your knees. This is your first forward fold, so it might be really tight. So let those knees bend if you need it. Good. And on the next inhale, take the hands to the shins and lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, refold. 2 more times like that. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen. And exhale, fold. And one more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, tuck the chin, round the back. Come up to stand. Just take your time as you do. And then when you get to the top, take a big stretch. Reach the arms up over the head. Palms come together. And exhale, send the hands to your heart. We're going to come into our cat-cow in a standing position today. So open up your stance a little wider. It's almost a little bit of a chair, a little half chair here. We're going to put some bend in the knees. And my toes are facing forward, but my feet are wide, so I'm on the edges of the mat here. On the inhale, I want you to reach the fingers up towards the sky. Bend the elbows and then squeeze the elbows back towards one another and the shoulder blades back towards one another. Good. And then exhale, round the back, bring the elbows in. Maybe the hands touch, they don't have to. Inhale, stretch the heart up. You can take the gaze up. And then exhale, squeeze in. 2 more times like that. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, squeeze. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Come back to stand. Let the feet come in hip distance. Take a big sweep up. Inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to down dog. All right, and here we go. Through that flow again, we can add on. Inhale, come forward, plank. Drop the knees if you wish. Exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, half lift. Cobra or up dog. And then exhale back into your downward facing dog. Good. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Bend the knees again. Lift the heels. Let the belly rest on the thighs. Look forward. Step, jump, or walk your way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, refold. We're going to go back through that flow. Bend the knees, tuck the chin. Inhale, rise up all the way. Bring the arms up over the head. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step back. You can go right into plank or into down dog. Take it through your vinyasa. You can also skip that anytime you wish. All right, and then this time we'll add on. Inhale, rise high, tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. Step, jump, or walk your way up top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Push into the feet. Inhale, rise up. This time we'll go chair on the exhale. Bring the hands in, heart center. And sink the hips. And we'll hold here. So squeeze inner knees in towards one another. You can lift the toes and wiggle them around. You can take a little shift in your weight. Maybe feel all four corners of your feet here. Shift back and forth or side to side. All right, and then find some stillness in your chair. So sink a little deeper here. Pull that low belly in and up. We're going to take a twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Now, if elbow down is too far, the hands can also go to the outside of the leg. Watch the right knee so it doesn't pop in front of the left. You're going to keep it in line with the left knee. Draw the right hip back. Good. Now reach your heart up towards your thumbs. Big inhale. Exhale, come center and keep holding chair. Take an inhale here. And exhale, twist opposite side. Left elbow outside of right knee. Same here. Inhale, reach your heart to your thumbs. And exhale, come center. Take one more breath in and let it go. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step back. Go through your vinyasa. Or meet us back in down dog. All right, and then from down dog, take your right leg, reach it up towards the sky. Step the right foot up in between the hands. We're going to stay in crescent. Push down into the feet and rise. Just stretch the arms up. Big breath in, and then exhale, let it go. Step back. Down dog, you can add flow, or you can hold in down dog. And then we'll go left side, left leg lifts. Step the left foot up in between the hands. Rise to crescent. Inhale, reach your heart up. Good, exhale, folds. Hands down, step back. Vinyasa or down dog. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. All right, and from down dog now, reach the right leg up, bend the knee, open your hip here, sink into your left heel, and stay strong in both of your arms. Try to keep that weight even in both of your hands. All right, and then the knee comes in towards the chest. Step the right foot up in between the hands. Drop the left knee down to the floor. And toe heel that right foot over so it comes to the right edge of the mat. Let your hands come inside of your foot. And then just for a moment, let the hips sink towards the mat here. So big hip flexor stretch. All right, so keep your left hand down on the mat. Take your right hand to your right knee. Look over your right shoulder. Now you can use that right hand and push the knee out to the side. That will give you a nice inside of your thigh stretch. If you do that and the foot rolls up from the mat, that's okay. You can be on the outer edge of your right foot. Just keep acting as if you are flexing your foot, and that will keep your knee safe as you do this. And then you look over that shoulder, take a big breath in and release. Toe heel your right foot back into center, plant your hands. Take that right leg all the way back to that open hip where we started. So untuck your back toes, swing your right leg up, bend the knee. Just take a big stretch there. All right, and then let's do the opposite side. So left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. We stay even in the hands. Try to sink into your right heel. Bring the knee into the chest, step the left foot up, and then we'll take the left foot over to the left edge of the mat. Both hands down. Drop the right knee to the floor. Let the hips sink here for a moment. All right, and then right hand stays planted. You can always use the block here too if that feels like it's too far for you. Left hand goes onto the top of that left thigh. You're gonna look over the left shoulder. And remember, if you use that arm, you push that leg away, roll to the outer edge of your left foot, but try to keep that action of flexing the left foot as you do. Nice, awesome stretch. You'll see why we're doing that in a second. All right, and release. Bring your left foot back to center, plant your hands. You're gonna swing that left leg all the way back and open up the hip once again. So left leg goes all the way back, opens up, take a big stretch. Left foot meets right foot, and you can take that through the vinyasa. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. And a long breath out. All right, so let's check it out. Right leg lifts. Step the right foot up in between the hands. We'll start the same. Drop the left knee down to the floor. So now kickstand that left foot and bring that left heel somewhere close to underneath your sit bone here. So you're going for your right sit bone. And if you have your block or your pillow, you can use it here and place it underneath your seat. So it'll just give you a little support. You won't have to squeeze the legs as much if you're using the block. If you're not using the block, just squeeze that left heel, or I'm sorry, your left knee towards your right heel, right? We're scissoring into center here, and hands can come to your heart. This is called a seated goddess. So I don't know if you can equate it to our goddess pose when we're in a wide straddle, right? But now we're just one leg open here. All right, and then just lean onto your right leg. You can open up across the chest here. Take your gaze up to your left fingers. Take one more breath, and then exhale, release. Hands come back to the floor. Step back to your downward facing dog. Flow if you wish, or hold here. Full breath in, and a long breath out. Okay, and we'll go left side. Left foot steps up in between the hands. We'll drop the right knee, and we're gonna make that kickstand. So right heel's gonna swing back underneath our right sit bone, and then we can start to settle down into this seated goddess. Remember, you can use the block. You can also stay up a little higher instead of having your hips sink towards the floor. If it feels like too much, like the hips are open too much, you can also scooch your left foot over a little bit, maybe closer to the edge of the mat, the front edge of the mat, so it doesn't feel as wide, as open. All right, so we're squeezing into midline here, and then you can expand, reach the fingers up towards the sky. Reach the left fingers down towards the floor. Yeah, big stretch across the chest. Big breath in, and then exhale, let it go. Unwind your legs, step back, find downward facing dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, lower, halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Okay, let's move on. Right leg lifts. We're going to come into crescent once again. Step the right foot up in between the hands. Make sure you're stable in your feet and then rise on up here. And the arms reach. Take a big breath in and then exhale. Slide the back heel down. Open up the hips. Come into warrior two. And hold. All right, so right knee over top of right ankle. Reach the arms up over the head. Take that right wrist with your left hand and stretch the right fingers back, but all the while keep the right knee coming forward as you take this big lateral stretch here. Good. You can take your gaze up, you can look forward, you can look down. Release, you come back to warrior two. Now take your left hip back, straighten your right leg, and open up for triangle pose. Good. And roll your heart up towards the sky. Right hand can be on your leg, the floor, or that block. Take one more breath there. Exhale, release, rebend your right leg, plant your hands, step back, vinyasa or down dog. And we go left side, left leg lifts. We're coming to crescent lunge. Step the left foot up in between the hands. Stable, steady feet, and we rise on up here. Take an inhale, and then drop the back heel, open up warrior two. And just hold, slide the shoulders away from the ears. Left knee over, left ankle, legs really strong. Same action like we did in that seated goddess, that squeeze into midline. We'll reach the arms up here. Right hand will hold left wrist up and over. As you stretch the left fingers back, keep the left knee coming forward. Great. And release. Triangle, right hip goes back. Stretch the left fingers forward as far as you can. And then left hand down, floor, shin, or block. Open across the heart, come into triangle. Big breath in. And release, rebend. Plant your hands, step back. Vinyasa or rest. All right, and we're gonna do the same, we're just gonna add on. So right leg lifts, we're gonna step to crescent first. Reach the arms, take a breath in, and then on your exhale, open up warrior two. Strong legs, gaze out over the right fingers. Keep those legs strong, reach the arms up overhead. Grab right wrist with left hand, reach back as the right knee goes forward. Big inhale, and then as you exhale, come into triangle pose. And then we're just going to slide this into side angle. So rebend your right leg. That right elbow can come on top of the right thigh, or we can keep that right hand down inside of the leg. The leg and the arm resist each other here, press against each other. And now take the left hand and reach it up and over your left ear. Palm faces down towards the floor. Keep rolling the heart up. Awesome. One inhale. Exhale. As you unwind this, we're going to come right into twisted lunge. So left hand replaces right. Left hand goes down. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. You can put that right hand on your right thigh. You can also drop the back knee if you need. Take an inhale, and then exhale, let it go. You can take a flow, you can take it back to down dog, or if you need a little rest, bring both knees down to the mat and find child's pose. Settling breath once you're back and down. And then we'll begin again. Left leg lifts. We're stepping to crescent first. Step the left foot up. Stable in the feet. Reach up, lift your heart, and then exhale, open up, warrior two. And hold. All right, reach the arms up here. Right hand grabs left wrist. Reach up and over. Left knee keeps going forward. And then we open up to triangle. So release the wrist. Take the right hip back. Straighten out that left leg. Left hand comes to leg or floor or block. Good. And then on your next exhale, side angle. Left hand, forearm can come to the left thigh, or left hand can come inside of the left leg. Leg and arm resist each other, and then reach that right arm up and over your right ear. Palm faces down towards the floor. Keep rolling, heart up. Take a breath in. As you unwind, we're twisting the lunge here. So right hand replaces left. And then reach the left arm up, or the left arm can stay on the leg. And remember, you can drop that back knee. Great, take an inhale. Step back, vinyasa, or down dog. Settle the breath again. Big inhale. And a long exhale. Okay. I'm going to add on one more thing. So we're starting the same way. Right leg lifts. Step the right foot up in between the hands. We're coming into crescent. Inhale. And then exhale, open up, warrior two. Reach the arms up, take the right wrist with the left hand, stretch the right leg forward, the right knee forward. As you exhale, unwind, come into triangle. Roll the heart up, take a big breath in. And then exhale, side angle. All right, so hold here. Okay, so this is the option. If you want to just stay here, if you don't want to follow into the next pose, just stay right here. Keep holding your side angle. Otherwise, we're going to take sort of a bird of paradise, a mini bird of paradise here. So I'm going to take the fish hook. I'm going to take my right arm underneath my right leg. I'm going to step my left leg up to meet my right foot. So that could be a couple steps. And you might be crunched a little bit here. Go ahead and do that. Then point your left toes towards the top of your mat. Shift the weight into your left foot and start to lift that right leg up as you come into a standing balance. So I still have that right leg kind of hammocked in my right arm. Yep. And you can flex the foot. Good. Try to find a nice tall spine here, just holding, holding, holding. And we're going to go back the same way we came up. So rebend your left knee. Plant your right foot, unwind the arms, step the left foot back, take that twisted lunge. If you stayed in the side angle, you're going to now go into twisted lunge. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. Big breath in. And then exhale, release. You can take a flow, you can take a rest. Catch your breath. Not so bad, right? All right, here we go. We're going to do the left side. Left leg lifts. We start with crescent. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two, and hold. Reach the arms up here. Take left wrist with right hand. Reach up and over. Left knee keeps coming forward. As you unwind, we come into triangle. Send the right hip back. Reach forward with the left fingers. And then stretch the left hand down. Leg or floor or block. Roll the heart up. All right. And then as you exhale, side angle. So remember, we can stay here in side angle, or we can try that little bird of paradise. Prep. Take the fish hook, take the left hand underneath the left leg. So my fingers are coming inside of my leg here. All right, and then the right leg is gonna step forward and come up to meet my left foot, both feet facing forward. Shift the weight into the right foot. Now pull your belly in as you rise. And here we go. Nice, find a nice tall spine. Flex your left foot. Reach your heart, slide your shoulders down, just hold. Good. Okay, we're gonna come out the same way we got in. We're gonna rebend. Right leg, plant the left foot. We're taking that twisted lunge. So right hand inside of left foot, right foot steps back. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Take your option to find your way back to downward facing dog. And settle the breath again. All right. So that was the prep work. So we're gonna go into a fuller version of Bird of Paradise this time. And if you wanna stay with that version that we just did, you're just gonna follow that same pattern that we just did on the last sequence. Otherwise, you can follow me in the next sequence. We're gonna lift the right leg, step up into crescent lunge and rise up on your inhale. Open up to warrior two on your exhale. Reach the arms up, take that right wrist, take your right knee forward, your right finger is back, and then as you exhale, take it into triangle pose. Inhale, reach the heart up. Exhale, come to side angle. Now you're either fish hooking here, or if you have the bind, if that's part of your practice, your right arm can come underneath your right leg, and the hands meet behind your right hip. But it's the same steps that you took before. So I'm gonna just look down. I'm gonna take my left foot to meet my right foot. All the feet face forward, or all the toes face forward in all your feet, and then move into your left foot. So shift the weight into your left foot. Pull your belly in and rise. And if you have to release that bind, go ahead and release that bind. Just come to a standing balance. All right, that's great. And if you can extend the leg, go ahead to do that, and if not, you're just holding. Awesome. Rebend, take your time as you come out. Right foot comes down to the floor. We're gonna unwind, step the left foot back, take the twist. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Finish here, vinyasa or rest. So the breath, we only got one more time to do that. Okay. Here we go. Final time. Left leg lift. Step the left foot up in between the hands. Rise up to crescent. Inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Stay strong in the legs. Reach the arms up here. Take your left wrist. Left fingers reach back. Left knee reaches forward. Good. As you unwind, we go right into triangle pose. Left hand comes down. Leg or floor or block. Inhale and then exhale. side angle, left forearm down on that left leg. So you're staying, you're fish hooking, or you're binding hand behind the left hip. All right, gather up. You're going to step that right foot up to meet your left foot. Toes face forward. Shift into your right foot. Shift the weight into your right foot. Pull your belly in. Now rise up. Take your time. Good. Once you get here, reach your heart, reach your heart, reach your heart. Maybe extend the leg, or you just keep it bent. And then as you unwind, just start to rebend, refold, step the left foot down. We unwind into that twisted lunge. Step the right foot back, right hand down, left arm up. On the exhale, move back through your flow, or down dog, or child's pose. And settle your breath again. If you're in child's pose, I want you to stay there. If you're in down dog, bring your knees down to the floor. Let the knees open up wide. Come down into child's pose. And then we're going to take a thread the needle here. So reach the right arm through the left arm. Right palm can face up towards the sky. You can move that left hand closer to your face, or you can keep it stretched forward towards the top of the mat. Right shoulder down, right ear down towards the floor. Move on your exhale. Come back to child's pose. And then we'll go opposite side. So left arm slides underneath right and come into thread the needle on the opposite side. Left shoulder down, left ear down towards the floor. True story, I actually had to just do this move in real life. My phone fell on the floor and bounced all the way, I don't know how this happened, like all the way underneath my bed. So I had to like thread the needle, reach it. And then move back on your exhale, come back into child's pose. Take a breath in, full breath out, and then we'll come back in to downward facing dog. Okay. From down dog, reach the right leg up, bend the knee once again, flex the foot, sink into your left heel. Neutralize, let the knee come in towards your chest. Step the right foot up in between the hands. We're coming back to crescent. Push down into the feet and rise up here. All right. We're going to move this into eagle. Now we worked on our balance in that last sequence. So bring the arms in front of you. Let the right elbow come underneath the left. And we can bind these up. Let the palms come together, fronts or backs of palms. If that's too much, you can also just hold on to your shoulders here. And if it's too much to squeeze the elbows over, you can just squeeze them together. Okay, so lift your elbows away from your chest. Take your shoulders back, belly is tight. We're gonna step up into that right foot, shifting all the way into the right foot, and lift the left knee up towards the chest. And you can do a couple steps if you need with that back foot first. Find your balance here, and then rebend your right leg. Send your left leg over the top of your right. And we come into eagle. Okay, so you can stay up or you can crunch this in. If you crunch this in, pull the belly button up and in and let the elbows squeeze towards the knees. Keep flexing your left foot, squeezing your inner thighs. Great, take a breath in. And then exhale. If you're in that crunch, you're gonna lift out of it a little bit here. Unwind and kick your left leg back. So you're in warrior 3 now. Hands can reach behind, hands can be at heart center, hands can be at hips. Flex your back foot. Take a breath in. All right, now listen up. Bend your right knee. Let your hands come to the floor and slide your left heel to the outside of your right foot. And we're just gonna come down nice and slow to the floor. And we'll be right in this twist. With the right foot on the outside of the left leg. Draw your right sit bone down into the ground. Left arm reaches up. And then left elbow outside of the right leg. And look over your right shoulder. Now keep grounding that right sit bone down. So it's going to want to lift away. Keep drawing it down as you lift your heart. All right. So a couple options. You can come right out of this. You can go back into your vinyasa. If you like arm balances and you want to try the side crow, you're going to lift your seat away from the floor. Hands come down to the floor. And that left leg is going to be on the outside of my left forearm, on the back of my left forearm. Okay, and you can use your back hip on your right forearm if you wish, or it can be floating. Try to get really close here. Bend the elbows just like chaturanga. Drop your chest towards the floor. Maybe open the legs. Maybe keep them closed. Maybe stay a moment. Maybe don't. We'll all meet back in a downward facing dog. Take a settling breath here. Here we go. Left leg lifts, open up the hip, bend that knee, flex the foot, step the left foot up in between the hands and come to crescent. Rise up here. All right, drop the arms down. Take the left elbow underneath the right this time. Remember, we're taking the bind, or we can hold the shoulders, or we can bring the palms together. And then when you're ready, push down into that left foot. Take a step up with that right leg. Bring your right knee up towards your chest and send the right leg on top of the left. And we're in eagle pose. So if you want to crunch in a little deeper, you can bring the elbows towards the knee. Pull your belly in and up. Squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in. Keep flexing your right foot, squeezing your inner thighs. All right. And if you're in that crunch position, you're going to lift back up. Squeeze your legs towards one another. Now unwind and kick that right foot back so you come into a warrior three. Hands can be at hips or heart center or reaching back. Flex your right foot. All right, re-bend your left knee. We're going to slide the right foot to the outside of, the right knee to the outside of the left foot and come on down to your seat. Take your time. Right, and then once you get here, drop that left sit bone down towards the floor. So left foot's on the outside of your right leg. Right arm reaches up towards the sky, and then we take that twist. Right arm comes around the outside of the left leg. Look over your left shoulder. Lift your heart, but ground the sits bone. Okay, again, you can just linger here. Take a few more breaths. You can take that into the arm balance if you wish. Just gonna rise on up. Keep my forearm on the outside of that leg. Hands to the floor here. And then lower the chest. You can extend the legs or keep them bent. Take a breath. If you're in your seated twist, you're gonna unwind, step back. You can go through a flow or just find your way back into downward facing dog. Big breath in. And a long breath out. Okay. Right leg lifts. Step the right foot up in between the hands. And we're gonna come back into warrior two. So seal that back heel. Unwind these arms here. Take your left arm back, your right arm forward. So we come into warrior two. Just for a moment, take a breath in. And then as you exhale, straighten out your right leg. We're gonna turn both feet to face forward. And now we're gonna take that goddess pose. So like I was talking about earlier. So the heels come in, the toes point out. And if you need to shorten the stance, you can bring your feet in a little closer towards one another here. And then just drop your seat. Lower your seat towards the floor. Try not to lower your chest towards the floor. We're gonna try to keep this nice tall spine here. And just hold. And if you need a little distraction, you can move your weight, shift your weight back and forth. All right. Now hold. Let the right forearm come down to the right leg. Reach the left arm up. Good. Release. Left forearm to the left leg. Right arm up. Release. One more time. I know you're burning a little bit. Good. And one more time. Awesome. And release. Now hands come to the floor. Straighten out your legs so your toes face forward now. And then you can even pigeon toe a little bit. So if you want your heels out, toes in, we're just gonna draw the heart down towards the floor and come into our wide straddle fold. So keep a little bend behind the knees here. Notice where the weight is in the feet. So if it's all into the heel, see if you can shift forward a little bit and move some into the ball of your foot. Take an inhale. Great, and then exhale, you're gonna start to bend the knees, turn towards the top of the mat, look forward, inhale, step back, downward facing dog. Step the left foot up in between the hands. You're gonna come into that warrior two. Seal the back heel. And then right arm goes up and back. All right, hands come to your hips. We're gonna turn towards the long edge of the mat again. Heels come in, toes come out. Remember, you can shorten the stance here again and come into that goddess pose. Okay, so unlike the first time when we kept that nice tall spine here, we are gonna fold forward this time. So we're gonna start to hinge from the hips and find more of a flat back. Now you can do this with the eagle arms like we did earlier when we did eagle too. You can bring the right arm in, underneath the left and then fold down. If you want to just keep your hands at your hips, you can do that as well. Try to keep a long line from the crown of the head to the tail. All right, it's getting a little heated in the legs. If you have the eagle arms, rise up and try the opposite side. Yes, take a breath. All right, and then hands come down to the floor, release. And we come into that wide straddle, so straightening through the legs again, pigeon toe a little bit, toes in, heels out. and then fold down towards the mat. So if you want to take this into a deeper fold now, walk your hands so they come to the middle of the mat, and maybe even turn the fingers to face the back of the mat, and keep walking towards the opposite edge of your mat. Take one more full breath. Release. Walk back so all the toes face to the top of the mat again. We're in the lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back. Add a vinyasa if you wish. Take a full breath in, down dog. We're almost there. One more thing. And we'll get down onto the floor. Okay, from down dog, inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, drop your knees to the floor. Lower all the way. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. So elbows come right underneath the shoulders, and the palms are pressing down into the mat. Fingers face forward. Tops of the feet press down into the floor just like they do in Cobra or Up Dog. Lift your heart. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. All right, we're going to take this right into forearm plank from here. So pull your belly button in, drop your chin in towards your chest. Now start to bring your pelvis away from the floor. Keep that core nice and tight. Bring the thighs away from the floor. You can keep your knees down or tuck your toes, and then lift your knees away from the floor. And you're right in your forearm plank. All right, so elbows still underneath the shoulders. Keep your gaze right underneath your nose. Keep holding here. If you want to challenge, you can lift your right foot, let it hover. Drop it, lift your left foot, let it hover. Drop it, hold, hold, hold. And then come back the way you got up. So knees first, thighs, pelvis. Good, and then reach your heart back into that Sphinx pose, that back bend. Awesome. Release. Let your hands come back chest level. Push up and back into child's pose. So again, hips come to heels. Let the knees go wide. Let the belly come in between the thighs. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Start to walk your hands back to your knees. And we're just going to come up to a hip. It's right side or left, it doesn't matter. Swing your legs out in front here. And find a staff pose. So both legs straight. Toes pointing up towards the sky. Sits bones grounded. Nice tall spine. Inhale, reach the arms. And then as you exhale, hinge forward and come into your fold. And that might be hands to toes, hands to feet, hands to legs, or maybe the hands stay out to the sides. Reach your heart towards your toes. Take one more breath. And then exhale, rise back on up. So we're going to come down to our backs, but I want you to go nice and slow. So really use your core here. Bend your knees. Reach your fingers towards the top of the mat. Round your back, little C curve. And then really slow and controlled, come down to the mat. Take your time. Go as slow as you can. And then once you get down all the way, bring both knees into your chest and give yourself a squeeze. Make some movement here. You can make some circles or rock side to side. All right, bring both knees back into the chest really tight. Keep holding onto the right leg, stretch the left leg up towards the sky. Now lower the right heel towards the floor, but don't let it touch yet. Just hover the heel here. Keep bringing your right knee in towards your chest. Both feet are flexed. Take another breath. Drop your left heel to the floor. Now bring your right knee over towards the left for your twist. And you can stretch your right arm open, look over towards your right fingers. Take an inhale, pull your belly in. Come on back to your back. Both knees come back into your chest. Again, we squeeze really tight. Keep holding onto your left knee. Stretch your right heel forward. Now lower it, but hover. Don't let it touch yet. Keep flexing both of your feet. If you want more here, you can lift your head and your shoulders and look towards those toes. Just a little core. Good. If you have your shoulders lifted, drop them. Drop your head, drop your heel now, and take your left leg over towards the right. And you can open up your left arm. Take your gaze over to the left. Pull your belly in, inhale. Come back to center and final squeeze. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Make a really tight, tight ball. Lift your head and your shoulders. And then as you inhale, lengthen up. Lengthen out. Arms reach up over the head. Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. Take a big breath in. Exhale, open up your mouth, sigh it out, let it go. Let your hands come to your sides. Let your feet fall open. Let your eyes close down. as you begin to deepen your breath again. Once again, imagine that umbrella opening and expanding as you inhale and releasing on the exhale. And one more time like that, big inhale. And exhale. Draw the knees into your chest and roll on over to your side. Help yourself come up to a seated position. Find a nice tall spine here. Take the arms out to the side. As you inhale, reach the arms up over the head. Let the palms come together. And then nice and slow, as you exhale, draw the hands to your heart. And thank you guys for sharing your time and your practice with me today. Have an amazing day.